here and there. But now I'm sure that you have started planning for the coming year, while reassessing the outgoing year, and what life has offered generally, especially in the area of finance. Human beings are concerned about a lot of things: making more money, investments, education, acquiring assets, and protection of the ones they already have. I'm sure these things are important to you too. This therefore makes it an ideal period to plan our finances, and in doing that, information is key. That is Mr. Babajide Salisu. He is the Abeokuta branch manager of Leadway Assurance. No, good evening. Evening already. Good evening, sir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me.
It's good to have you in our studio today.
Thank you.
Now, there are so many issues that we should thrash, and I'm just hopeful that we're going to have sufficient time to do that. But let's start from understanding of what insurance.
And like I said, I'm happy to be here. Really, insurance is what you have. It's a kind of protection for in case of really trying to protect your properties in case of unexpected happening to you. It's like what you need to put in place to safeguard what you know. It's not something that most people really understand around here. And like we used to hear, insurance is something that is not really tangible. But mind you, whatever you've worked hard, or whatever you've labored hard to over the, I think is worthwhile things in place to protect it. We all know the environment where we are. We know what normally happens, the unexpected normally happens. It could be natural, it could be, man-made. All these things need to be safeguarded. So if you have any precious property, any precious item that you have, and you feel okay, losing it will mean a lot to you, you need to put in place something that will safeguard, that will protect you, and make sure that if anything happens to that such properties, you'll be able to get same back without much stress, without dipping your hand into your pocket again.
So that's insurance.
That's it.
Okay, now many people think that insurance is a scam. You know, that is really, and they believe there's no need to put money into insurance policies, especially in the kind of economy that we have. Things are considered to be hard until they have excess. Like I've had someone who told me that, discussing insurance, mentioned that there is nothing tangible these people are selling to me. It's just promises. So can you convince such people?
Yeah, thank you. This is not the first time we're hearing this. This is not the first time people will tell you that, okay, really, insurance is the last thing I would think of until I have assets. And but mind you, such people will have suffered some losses in the past. Of course, since they never planned to have insurance to protect them, they might not really think of, losing much, really. But you see, insurance might be something that you cannot physically see, that might not be tangible, but it's something that is worthwhile having. Most developed clients, you dare not buy any properties that you not protect, and they have their reasons for doing that. Insurance is not something that people will tell you, and over time, the experience of some people, like you said, promises is what we promise. We promise you that your item, your properties, your hard-earned, acquired properties will be protected if anything happens. So that is exactly why you need to put in place something that will protect those items that you have acquired, like a car, like a house. That we all know what the economy is talking about now. Having a house now, losing your vehicle now, to probably accident or theft means a lot. Replacing such might not be easy at this very moment. So when you have something in place that actually, if this happen, and mind you, what are we really talking about? What we call the premium that you need to pay is very insignificant compared to the value of those items, of those material that you might likely lose if such happens. So if you look in terms of the premium you are paying and what you intend to benefit if it happens, then you know that is worthwhile having it. For those that have suffered loss in the past and they have been compensated, they will tell you some of them will never their properties protected. So it's because some people just believe, okay, and mind you, if you look back in some years past, some people will tell you in the past I've actually done this, I've done that, and they promised me this, they didn't fulfill. that might be some reasons why some people are feeling okay. I don't think I need this thing. These people are just promises all everywhere. But this is not true, because in some cases, if you know what you are buying, ignorance really is not an excuse. So if you know what exactly you are paying for, and you know what you are supposed to do, and you are buying in the right place, then definitely you can be rest assured that if anything happens, your properties will be duly compensated. So the idea that, and now is made simple, it's been simplified for everybody. You have where to report to if anything happens and you are not being compensated or you are not being attended. There's
There's
no
a
way.
regulatory body.
Exactly, we have a regulatory in place that is in what we are doing, and anytime anybody of any of our clients has issues and they are not being properly attended to, these bodies are always there to ensure that okay, such person is adequately compensated and the next punishment is meted out to the companies that is actually defaulting. So it's no more excuses. There's no excuse for anybody again to say probably because of what I've had in the past, or probably because the economy is hard. Fine, the economy is difficult, it's hard now. We know what is going on in the country. But if you look at it at the other side, the same economy that is hard, if you lose any of those properties, you still need
It
to
is worse.
So you can now imagine. So it's always better to that okay, this token that I'm paying will be enough for me to protect the items I have and probably my property. So even the hard times, you are equally still being protected.
So token that is paid regularly on a consistent basis is what you call premium.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what percentage is it to?
Well, it depends on the policy you are picking. You know, a premium for each of the policies is not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Now, the kind of risk you want is what will determine what the premium will be.
Okay.
And mind you, the premium is not what you pay almost every now and then. You know, the policies are differs. For insurance, not proper risk insurance properly is something paid. The premium is paid once annually, once in a year. So it's an annual premium. And mind you, if you plan yourself, if you put everything into the proper perspective, you should be able to, preparation for payment of both insurance within that your normal feeling. That will, in fact, affecting any of your other exactly. So it's not something that is so difficult for you to pay. It's something that you can make plan for. You can actually, the premium is so not. Let me take for example motor insurance.
Okay.
A motor insurance, you have a rate of for a comprehensive. Motor insurance is divided into about three. You have comprehensive, and you have third party property and property damage, third party fire and theft. So what I'm saying is, for a comprehensive cover, you want to buy a comprehensive cover, the premium is just 5% of the value of the vehicle.
Wow.
And that is payable. It's not something you pay, on monthly basis. Like to have an agreement with insurance company that you feel you want to
Make
pay
it monthly.
instrumental, or not monthly, probably quarterly or biannual,
or 5% of
5% of whatever the value of the vehicle
which
is.
makes
So you
some
can
sense.
see how
Comfortable
small,
it will be.
how comfortable it is for everybody.
Okay, you mentioned something interesting the other time. You said something like developed clients, a system is in place for everyone to get insured.
Yes.
Is it like it's made compulsory there?
Yeah.
So why is it difficult in our climate to have such a thing here too?
Well, we have such too around there. We
Okay.
have such in Nigeria. Our problem has always been implementation. Our has been enforcing our rules. In Nigeria, we have compulsory insurance. Where for motor, you dare not drive your vehicle on the road without a minimum of third party cover. But we still notice that people are driving without any cover on their vehicle. That's the problem we're talking about. Enforcing most of these things, enforcing most of these laws that we have is the problem. But in a developed climate, you dare not try. Even before you drive the vehicle out of the garage where you are, buying the vehicle from, you must to place a cover on it before you drive such out of that auto shop. But here in Nigeria, you see people driving without, because we are not too good in the area of enforcement. So that's one of the area that will one of for everybody, and it's something that we must have. But the problem is, how do we enforce it?
Okay, thank you very much. If you just joined us, this is a special program sponsored by Leadway Assurance, and we have as guest today Mr. Babajide Salisu, the Belkuta branch manager of Leadway assurance. We're looking at the issue of insurance, issues around insurance. There are so many things to talk about. You just broke down something really interesting to us. One of the areas I would like us to talk about again, make it a little simpler for the listeners, the affordability of insurance. Because if you have really sampled opinions of people, they will tell you that insurance is for the rich. It's for the rich, not for a civil servant who collects what is not even sufficient for him to maybe take some bags of rice home or something like that. So how much can one have in excess before it can engage in insurance? Break it down, give us practical illustrations.
Really, insurance is for everybody, not only for the rich. Insurance is for everybody. Everybody that has something that is worth protecting. Insurance is for all of us. And mind you, if you look at what we are insurance is not just something that you just acquire for yourself. It's what you are buying on a particular properties that you have. Let's take for example, you have a vehicle.
Good.
Once you can afford to buy a vehicle, then definitely you should be able to afford to pay for a cover that will protect that vehicle for you. So it's not only the rich that you know is able to buy.
Say 70,000.
Yeah.
He has a car.
Okay.
Fuel. You know that is
You renew the policy.
okay.
And because of the economic hardship in the country and what is going on presently, we know you can now make payments. You can actually have an instrumental payment if you cannot afford the total premium at once. You see, what you can just do if the premium is probably 100,000, you can afford to pay 6 months or quarterly. That's a short cover. So once before the expiration of that, you can equally make another payment to extend. These are just what we put in place to ensure that people can actually, still be able to manage to pay for premium within their limited budget. So there is no property that you have that is not worth keeping. So once you cherish any of your value, any of your properties, it's worth why for you to have a cover, it's something like a protection to cover that in case of anything, in case of any unforeseen circumstances.
All right. Talking about an insurance solution for everyone, can you lead us into some packages that are available for people? The options.
Insurance is very wide. It's very wide, and when you we get just once, and then the other side, the non-life, that's a general business. It's a non-life cover, and that is for your properties, as in your vehicle, your house, your anything that you share with your phone is covered. You can cover your phone, you can cover your house, you can cover your anything. If you are an employer of labor, you can provide cover for them under what we call a group personal accident. So you have wide range of covers that you can pick depending on your interest, where your interest lies. So in terms of life, you can buy a life cover for yourself, which we call the term assurance. And then there also you can kind of have there are some policies, there are some packages that we have that is designed towards it's an investment linked policy.
Okay.
It also has a life cover on it where you can have savings like what we have now, what we call the children education savings plan. This is actually tailored towards having protecting the future of our children. Have students, you have children that are still in school, you can be putting a certain amount of money that can be done on monthly basis, quarterly basis, or annual basis. Okay. So just it's kind of savings plan. So in case of probably after anything happens, if anything happens to the person that is the policy holder, the children that are still in school will not lose out. I mean, would not stop their education.
Doesn't have to stop.
Yeah, exactly. The education will still continue based on the plan that you have on run already.
Now, on that point, before you go further, on that point, what is the difference between having such a package
plan,
with you and having it in? I've been saving my money somewhere else for future education of my children.
Like I said, the other time when I was actually trying to explain savings plan means, I said it's life linked.
Okay.
Aside the fact that you are keeping part of your money, you are saving it towards the education of your children or your child. You can also that policy equally covers has a life cover on it. It's not purely because that some insurance are purely pure risk. That once you pay and at the anniversary of the policy, you have to renew. That is pure. There's nothing like you want to get your money back or something like that. But this is a savings plan that is tailored towards the education of the child. And if anything happens, there's a particular amount of money that will be paid to the beneficiary as a life cover. It's like having two things in one.
Yes.
You are saving towards the education of the child, and as well, you are having a life policy
in place.
Everything together. So if anything happens, the child will benefit from getting something as a reward, as a benefit from losing his loved one, and at the same time, he will still be able to continue with his education.
Okay, that's beautiful. You have mentioned life, you have mentioned education. What others do we have?
Like I said, broadly, I divided the insurance into two. I said life and non-life.
Okay.
Life is, in fact, if you want to go into one of it, you cannot. We cannot finish today.
So there are so many minor.
Under life, you have a lot of covers that we can talk about. Then under non-life, that's the general business. That's when you talk about motor insurance. You talk about house fire, burglary, and all the rest. So, but let's just talk about the one that is common, which is the motor insurance.
Okay.
Motor insurance, you have a kind of cover that you have in place in case of anything. If anything happens to your vehicle, it could be loss, it could be theft, it could be accident, and it could be fire. So all these risks are protected under motor insurance. So it now depends on the type of cover you want. If you want a third party, that's the minimum you can have, and that's what is compulsory for every car owner to own, to buy in Nigeria. So for you to drive your vehicle on the road, you must have a minimum of third party cover, and that's just 15,000 naira. So you can walk into any of our branches, Leadway Assurance Company, to get your third party cover, and that's the list of insurance policy that you can have. Although we have designed some other products in that line to help people, like you said, a lot of people cannot afford. You might want to buy comprehensive and you feel, okay, I don't have money to pay for comprehensive. Then we'll design another package that we call base. Okay. And that's a kind of you pay a minimum of 30,000 naira, and that will still give you a cover of 500,000 naira as for your vehicle, to protect your vehicle. At the same time, a top-up cover on your vehicle with just 30,000 naira. So that's a package that we design. Is not totally third party. It has some cover because on that third party, your vehicle is not covered. Third party. But this package is designed to, give a kind of succor on your own if your vehicle is damaged. At the same time, you need to take care of a third party damage. At the same time, your own vehicle to be taken care of. That's the essence of it. But broadly, you have third party, you have comprehensive, and comprehensive is what you can buy and then you can go and sleep. That takes care of the accident to your vehicle, take the fire,
so that is better recommended.
Exactly. And the premium is just 5%. Okay. And like I said, to make it easy for people, we have actually, made it easy. You can decide to pay annually.
Depending on what is convenient for you.
Exactly. And you can probably break it down and pay instrumentally.
I really want the listener at home who has probably benefited from insurance, who probably understands the benefit, having enjoyed it of insurance, to be able to call in and tell us one or two things, probably share an experience with us. We won't mind that. So let's open the lines and see if we can have one or two of that before we wrap the program today. 0803 437 9453. 0803 437 9453. You can also call 0815 032 0226. Have you had, an insurance done for you before? Did you enjoy anything? Are you going to recommend it? Hello, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, sir.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you on the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
This is Comrade David.
Okay, Comrade, welcome on board. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Adelkusa right now.
All right, sir.
Please, I want our guests to share more light into that insurance and how we can get the location. Not the registered yet, or those who feel like registration there, so that we will be able to know how to go about it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
comrade. Thank you, and I want to let you know that Leadway Assurance Company is everywhere in Nigeria. For Ogun State, we have two full-fledged black branches in Ogun State. We have one in Abeokuta here, Seriki Fadari Plaza, beside the immigration office, at Okimoso here. And we have another branch at Shagamu, close to Saleko Garage, Motor Park.
We'll take that by the end of the program. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Marvelous. I'm calling from Akindele.
Welcome, Marvelous.
Yes, sir.
Share with us.
I'm just in love with your package and the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Actually, it's something which, if one did not know anything about it, you know it. And I've benefited in it seriously. I know the first car I bought, almost 4.something million. And I did insurance on it. Till I danced that car to somebody. The car did not have nothing, but when I give it to somebody, I told them this is the insurance that's covering it. The person just ignore it and they say I want to go for third party.
Whoa.
It's not up to 1 month. The driver has an accident.
Whoa.
And it couldn't require it.
Wow.
So insurance is one of the best, when if one has its own way and you have money, that's the best thing to do.
Marvelous. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you so much. Thank you. As the conversation, you see what a loss.
Yeah.
You know, the owner used the car for many years. They gave it out in a few months. And the insurance cover was.
And that's that's what we normally explain to people. Sometimes you say, okay, we have clients that have been with us for some years, and they'll just tell you, okay, we've been doing insurance, I've been doing comprehensive for the past 5-6 years, and I've not actually suffered any loss. So why should I continue? Let me just do third party. And mind you, only God knows. Might be immediately after changing to third party, you might have a serious loss. And that's why we feel just try. We know the situation of the country, but we believe adequate plan for your properties. You can. That's why we decide to break the premium. You can decide to break the premium instrumentally, maybe quarterly or annually.
At your convenience.
The fact that you've not had any accident for the past 5 years doesn't mean it cannot happen tomorrow. Nobody pray for accidents.
Now, I want us to go to the details now. Yeah. How can people come on board? Then tell us the phone numbers, the address that people can get you on.
Thank you so much. You actually access any of our branches anyway. In fact, we are online. You can probably have www.leadwayinsurance.com. You can access this online platform, and at the same time, it's nationwide. In Abeokuta, like I said, we have our branch at Seriki Fadari Plaza beside Nigerian Immigration, Okimoson here. Once you walk in there, you probably, if you're interested in doing any of the insurance you want, we'll be ready to kind of attend to you. It's a matter of just completing a proposal form. Then we'll tell you, we'll assess the property you want to insure. Then once the adequate premium is paid, then the cover starts immediately. You can get you can get this done within 24 hours.
Wow.
In fact, within 24 hours, you have your policy document and the cover will commence immediately once all details have been attended to. And in Shagamu, like I said, we have a branch at Isaleoko in Shagamu, close to that Motor Park, opposite food co, one food outlet around there. It's very easy for us. You can easily walk into. We have our office too in Ibadan. We have it all over Nigeria, and our head office is in Kaduna, while our control office is in Ikori in Surulere, Lagos. So anytime you are there, probably you need anything, we can assure you that we will give you the best of our services, and there will not be any need for you to.
What about the phone number people can call?
Yeah, the phone number you can reach Leadway Abeokuta on 0808 344 8878. I will take it again. 0808 344 8878.
Do that again, please.
0808 344 8878.
Okay, what about social media handles? Do you have
like them? I said, at leadwayinsurance.com on leadwayinsurancecompany.com.
Well, I guess this afternoon, or this evening, I beg your pardon, has been the Abeokuta branch manager of Leadway Assurance, Mr. Babajide Salisu. He's been educating us on what insurance, and I hope that for people who do not have much education, they come around to your office or call you, you will be able to educate them and guide them through it.
Very well, sir. I'll be willing to attend to anybody at to assist us.
Mr.
Thank
Falso,
you.
thank you for coming today.
Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
This is where we are dropping the anchor for this special program sponsored by Leadway Assurance. We do hope you have gained something, learned something on the program. Until next time, we shall come again. A big thank you to Olayinka Olawoyin, who facilitated this. And a big thank you also to Daniel Okechukwu, Bukola Olatunji, Titulokwe Awobajo. I'm Debo.